All right, guys, I'm out here in one of the local cemeteries. I used to come here quite a bit last summer and even a little bit in the fall. I got some good responses here. There were a couple of smaller cemeteries that I've come to last year, and the weather's getting a little nicer. Some of these smaller cemeteries are closed for the winter, I think, because the paths, the trails that go through them are very uneven, and I think it's difficult to plow, so they end up closing them during the winter. But it's a pretty nice day now. It's in the mid 50s, and in this session I'm going to be walking through the cemetery and opening up the new Transcend Spirit Link app that was put out by Chill Seekers and Steve Huff. And I've seen some people get some okay responses with this and some not so much. I've played with it a little bit and got some mixed messages. So I'm a little bit on the fence with exactly how good it actually is. But we're going to try it here in the cemetery and see what comes through. But then I'm also going to do my very first session with, I can get that in focus. Let me maybe get in the car. It's very bright and sunny out, so it obscures the camera. But I'm going to do my very first session with the Paranormic Spirit Box EVP research device. And this is a digital ghost box. And I did the unboxing of this in my last video. So I'm going to do two devices in one app and one spirit box, and see how the two compare. A lot of people poo-poo the radios now with the apps and all the other technology that comes out. But I still like the radios. I still like the ghost boxes, because to me they're very much harder to debunk. If you're going to get a direct response through a radio, nobody could say, well, it's a trucker on a CB messing with you through the app, or it's something in the app, or whatever the case may be. It's just a transistor radio scanning through the stations. So I find it to be much more harder to debunk, much more authentic. It's just raw spirit, communication with no possibility, as some people suspect, of trickery, which I think some of the apps are pretty solid. There's a lot of folks out there that tried these apps and look into how they're made and if there's any backdoor shenanigans going on. And the ones that I use have been, proven what they say they are is what they are. So I like the apps, but I also really like spirit boxes. So all that being said, let's fire up the Transcend app. And you're going to just see me recording on the screen recorder, so you can see everything clearly on the app here when the words show up and hear them. So let's see what happens on the Transcend app, and then we'll go to the Paranormic Spirit Box. So here we go. Alright, so starting with the Transcend app. I've seen some people use this online, testing it out, and there is a tutorial for this app, and I see a lot of people who are just really stumbling through how to use the app. They haven't watched the tutorial. So really quickly, as I set this up, if you haven't seen the tutorial, maybe this will help you out. So you want to go to settings, and you got a dark theme and a light theme. The dark theme just makes your screen darker. Light, it's lighter. So what you want to do is mess with your time. I usually set it about there. That's the recommended position. And you always want the filter on low or medium and the reverb on. Then you're going back, turn on the filter, turn on transcribe. Then you'll see the circle goes completely black, and you want transcribe because words will show up in that circle when it says them. So this app doesn't have any words or phrases, just the alphabet. So the idea is that Spirit can just go in and actually type out their phrases that they want to say to you in response. So it's kind of like an electronic, app Ouija board. But it's a pretty good idea, and harder to debunk if you get responses. And like I said, I've gotten mixed responses. So let me turn on the app and see what we get here in the cemetery. All right, my name is Paul. I come in love, peace, and respect. And I'm wondering if there are any spirits in this cemetery who would like to communicate with me today through this app. Maybe you could tell me your name. Just let me know that you're here. I'm here seeking peaceful, respectful conversation. I mean no harm. So is there anyone nearby that would like to communicate? And it takes a few minutes for all these apps to kind of warm up, I guess get ready for use. But I do notice when the filter is on medium or high, it filters out a lot of the gibberish that the app might try to push through, and it does take longer to get responses. I've always set it on medium, and as you can see, the wait time can be a little long. You're not getting an immediate response. So I think the way this app is set up, it's a little more difficult at times for Spirit to interact with. And I've also noticed, I enjoy Huff Paranormal, but I also noticed that
Your items.
Your items. Yes, I do have items next to me. Do you see the spirit box and the app? I have some dowsing rods to kind of indicate if spirit is around me. And they're just there. Those items are there to help me communicate. And so, as I was saying, some of the apps that Steve Huff kind of promotes and was involved in, and he really holds them in high regard, and we see him getting very impressive messages on his channel. But for the average person, it just doesn't seem to work that way. Even the seasoned person. So there's some people that say, Steve Huff, maybe.
If it.
Yeah. Maybe he's not on the level. But I couldn't say. That's between him and God and the spirits. I know his work is being looked at by, I think, some universities now. So that would tell me that there must be some level of honesty there in his own communications, or he would really be washed up if he was a fraud who's gone that far. But some of the apps that he endorses and has been involved in, I find them to be some of the apps. And as you can see, there's not a lot that comes through on the Transcend. I've gotten a couple interesting responses on this app, but nothing that made me really jump up and down. So I'm wondering if there are any spirits around me right now. Could you just tell me your name or give me a simple yes? You could say, I'm here, we're here, yes, or just give me a name if that's possible. Let me turn the filter to low. Just
on a fair rack.
On a fair rack. And see, these are the kind of sentences I get a lot through the Transcend app. Things that really don't make a whole lot of sense. And this app is $12.99. And as you see, there are apps that I've gotten for free that I've gotten much more clear and immediate responses with. And I'm suspecting when I do the Spirit Box, there's going to be a lot more that comes through than with this particular app. I think the idea behind this app is certainly something that's workable, and it could be used by spirit, but it might be maybe a little too difficult for them to manipulate. I mean, we're basically looking to them to type out entire sentences and responses, which could happen, but I'm not seeing a lot of people get very incredible responses with this app. So I don't want to take up too much of our viewers' time staring at a blank screen or just an app on the screen. So just really quickly, one last shot. Are there any spirits here that would like to communicate? Could you give me a simple yes, or just give me your name? Just let me know that you're there with some word or a name that's in the affirmative. And I'll wait about 60 more seconds. That's my stomach growling. I just ate I take Saturdays off my dieting program. I just ate a sausage and egg McMuffin. Very healthy stuff. So I'm digesting. So again, any spirits here that would like to communicate? Can you give me a simple yes?
All the way to.
Now see, that doesn't make I'm not one of these paranormal investigators who try to make the words make sense. Like, you'll see people that'll get these kinds of words and they'll be like, all the way to, what does it mean? Maybe they're all the way here, they're here too, or something. They'll try to fit some kind of meaning into the words, and to me, it's got to be pretty direct, or it doesn't count. So anything else Spirit would like to say before I close out this app?
Rake.
Well, there could be a name. Is there someone named Ray around me right now? Did someone named Ray just give me their name? Is anyone there? We're testing out this new app. So if you're there, Ray, could you let us know you sent that response through? All right, well, I'm going to shut this app down. That was just an honest run through. I'm going to put out the test run with this as it was, so you can see what I got or didn't get through this app. And now we're going to go to the Paranormic Ghost Box Radio. All right, here we are with the Paranormic Spirit Box Radio. And before I turn it on, I just want to say that when I unboxed this particular Spirit Box, I was very excited because it comes with a record feature. And that record feature does work. However, an update in experimenting and playing with this Spirit Box, the record feature on this Spirit Box only records what comes through the radio. It does not record my questions. So that makes it a little bit difficult. People not being able to hear what I'm asking and what the responses are coming through the radio. So I still have to hold this up to my microphone. I still have to record it, with two different devices, which is a little bit disappointing, but overall, this is still a great Spirit Box, and I thought the sound was far superior than any of the other ones that I've seen or that I own. So let's get into the session and see what we can pick up on the Paranormic Spirit Box EVP research device. Are there any spirits in this cemetery who would like to communicate with me today?
There is a right? Cars, trucks, and
How many spirits are around me right now in this cemetery?
rumble ponies too. Valentine in the morning on Mix.
Could you tell me your names, please?
Fish today, so I'll take an Allegra.
If there are any spirits around me right now, why are you here in this cemetery? Why haven't you gone into the light? I thought I heard something about a church, and there is a church in this cemetery, as you saw in my video and in the photo. Have any of you received help from your loved ones or angels or good spirits?
Well, a global one. You're always
Are some spirits afraid to go into the light?
had a version of this song which was already
And VIP tickets for comedy. For reasons that even the wall.
gesture of solidarity with our
Are some of you afraid to face God?
qualities and liver blood tests.
Style. The second. Wait. On ourselves. Gas it reduces.
There's a question I always like to ask, and that is,
Warranty and
have any of you seen God?
What they call blown out.
Have any of you ever seen Jesus?
Stuff you're buying anyway, so it's a total no-brainer.
Jesse, sales associate.
That's all we do.
Was there someone here asking for help?
The San Francisco Symphony. Tell us about the crowd, sir.
I will send help after I leave through prayer and asking good spirits and angels to come and help anyone here who needs or wants help. Is that okay with you?
20% off. If you have had fire, we truly are right.
Is there anything else the spirits would like to say before I end this session?
Overstock mattresses with brands like Temper, Chatham & Wells, and King.
Right thing for our customer.
It's not. Trade in any iPhone and Android app and get cash back for...
Helen Hong here, filling in for.
Would it be okay if I return here in the future to communicate with you again?
Brown is working out all.
Well, I thank you for any words and responses that you left today. I do appreciate it. Sounded like someone said stay.
Children in Springfield, Mass.
Do you want me to stay here a little bit longer?
Become pregnant or are breastfeeding.
But when I leave, I will pray and I will ask for help to be sent.
Army channel. We've used.
Prayer through every gift.
Do the spirits have a message for those listening to this recording? To the people listening, what would you like to say?
Put it this way.
96.9.
Well, thank you again for any words and responses, and we will talk again soon. Goodbye for now, and God bless.
The bug spray in your home. Now what?
So that wraps up our first session with the Paranormic Spirit Box. And now I'm going to go home and review this footage and see what came through. Hopefully some good responses. So I thank you all for listening. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.